Hello.
Ana Popovic.
Hey, how are you?
It is the doctor from Penn Radio. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for accepting the phone call. It is great to talk to you again. And I know you've talked to a lot of people since we talked last about a year ago. But
Yes.
the guitar slinging, high heeled Ana Popovic coming back to Penn's Peak. I can't wait because I was in the suite when you were here, one of our suites last year. And
Okay.
it was an absolutely incredible show. So there you are. Listen, first of all,
Thank you. I'm very much looking forward to it again. It's always great to be back. And so thank you for calling again.
it's all good. Like I said, here we got a really, first of all, talented lady by the name of Ana Popovic coming to Penn's Peak September 13th. You want to see somebody play the guitar, man, then you got to see her. But it's a great thing. Beautiful looking woman, high heels.
Thank you.
Beautiful looking woman, high heels, and she plays a smoking guitar. That is just a perfect weekend for me.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
It's a perfect weekend. Listen, all kidding aside now, boy, I'll tell you what, my dear, you're knocking it out. USA Today. Can you stand the heat? As well as Unconditional. I love the USA Today. I read that all the time. And
That's good.
Pick of the Week from USA Today. That was in the paper.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, well, it was wonderful. The record came out spring last year, and it is wonderful, And even a nicer thing is that it was on my own label, which was great for the first time. So, it thumbs up for all the, people that think they can do it themselves, go for it. Nowadays, you can put out a record without a huge record company behind because if you want to support it right, nobody's going to support it better than you.
Yep.
And we had a wonderful team on board with Showfire doing the publicity, and they certainly helped in numerous cover stories in the guitar magazines and other magazines, which was wonderful. The same year, I think it was about 6 or 7 cover stories, including guitar, vintage guitar, and a lot of things happened in the guitar world, blues, American blues scene. I don't know. A lot of these papers really liked the record and decided to do a cover story, and not only in America. So it was wonderful. It was very exciting. It was a lot of work, and I'm getting ready to put another record. Same label, and then I'm facing the biggest challenge of my career, coming up with this record and the next thing, and I think we're kind of emptying the agenda for December, January, because it's going to take a lot of work recording this. I think it's going to be a lot of variety of styles, and I'm planning a lot of songs as well. I can't tell you much about it, but it's going to be a very broad musical variety styles that I never touched before in my career. So again, I'm hoping to bring out something new as I do with every record. I don't really like repeating myself. So Unconditional was really bluesy. Can You Stand the Heat is more of a southern sax, greasy blues and roots funk, style, sort of a Memphis. Albert King meets Albert Collins meets War and Mandrill, sort of African American jam band of the '70s. So we wanted like a old school funk meets blues record, which we did now. And now the next record is going to be a whole other story.
That's awesome.
It's going to be great.
Guys, I'll tell you. Anna was here last year. When Anna was here, I think it was somewhere. I don't know. I'm going back in memory. Maybe around May or so. I think last year, right here at Penn's Peak, here in the Poconos. Let me tell you something, man. This gal can wail, man. I mean, I'll tell you what. It is just over the top. And a lot of great stuff going on. I mean, you're a great person to interview. You're an awesome lady. You're one hell of a talent, man. And
thank you.
A lot of things that are going on here, too. Part of the all-star lineup for the Experience Hendrix 2014. I was reading that. I must have missed that in some press releases and things that I do with people I stay on top of, you being one of them. And I missed it, I guess, somewhere. But What's all going on with that Experience Hendrix 2014? I mean, a nationwide tour that you were playing with, celebrating the music of Jimi Hendrix, but you're with Buddy
Yes.
Guy, Bootsy Collins, I think
Yes.
even Brad Whitford of Aerosmith, and Johnny Lang, Kenny Wade Shepherd, who's been here at the Peak. I mean, all these great guitarists. How's that?
Wow. Well, it was my dream tour. I mean, I
Jeez.
really wanted to get on it for the last few years. As you know, I've been playing Jimmy stuff for over off and on for a decade now, and I'm not much of a, I'm more of a B-side person myself. So if I cover somebody, it's going to probably not be a hit song. I don't mess with the hit songs. So I've been playing, Can You See Me? I've been playing House Burning Down for the past 10 years off and on. Belly Button Window, I recorded 12 years ago as the first thing that I ever recorded here for America as a compilation of Blue Haze of songs of Jimi Hendrix. So I was kind of really hoping for a phone call, and it finally happened, and they don't really have a whole lot of ladies on the tour anyway.
Right.
Last year, so it's really an honor. Not to mention that it's an extremely huge task to come out after this incredible guitar players who just play better than, all of them play their absolute maximum for this tour. They really come very much prepared, and they put their heart and soul into this project. This is not just a cover tribute, Hendrix tribute band. I mean, this is the families involved, and it's big deal for all of them. And you can notice that, people like you said, Buddy Guy. I know Buddy for a long time, and we jammed many times together and played together. And I've seen his shows, and I know that he sometimes likes to take his time and get warmed up for the show. First half an hour, taking it easy. Well, he wasn't taking it easy here. He was shredding from the note one, And
Wow.
I mean, everyone was equally inspired to give their very best and play these masterpieces, one after another. So it was also really a spell, sort of a. You get into that game, you leave all your band behind, your tour buses and your comfort zones behind, and you come on the tour bus, and basically, really, we all know Jimi Hendrix songs, but to really be on that tour bus for 2 weeks long, 3 weeks long at a time, and just really watch the videos, listen to documentaries, and then listen to all these different versions of the songs that are just incredible, one after another, just very interesting versions, and this shredding. I mean, everyone's playing their very best. Wow. It was like, talking about Can You Stand the Heat, this is a song about those things. You're just hoping you can come out there and do your very best and at least, stand next to all this guitar player and do it justice. Because each of them, Dweezil, I just saw Dweezil. We did the workshop together with Mike Stern and Lee Ritenour. Just actually, I came back yesterday and we were talking about it, and it was just such an incredible tour to be a part of. So I'm going to do the West Coast this time. We also have some European dates, some recordings around it. So, but I'm very excited. It's going to be a Greek theater. That's a fabulous place in Los Angeles and some other stuff on the West Coast. So it's going to be fabulous.
That's awesome. I could tell you're still all geared up from the Experience Hendrix 2014 tour. I mean, that had to be awesome. So seriously, though, was there a little partying going on that bus a little bit? Be honest. Was there some good times after the show?
There was a lot of good times. They divided the tour into two tour buses, the quiet one and the party one. You see, I was on the quiet tour.
Why? Why were you on? Why would you be on the quiet one, Anna?
And I can tell you, I party hard, but I was on the quiet one. Can you imagine the rest? I mean, I think Dweezil was on it, Joe Bramhall, Billy Cox. I mean, just really nice and easygoing people. Some of the wives were there. We had such a wonderful time. But
That's
then
awesome.
I can't tell you what was happening on the other bus. But it was really, really cool. And just the fact that the production really knew how to, divide the personalities. And I mean, I just felt at home ever since I entered that bus. And it was a fabulous experience.
That's awesome.
And that's something to be said. I mean, it's hard enough to put together a four-piece band. Personalities, different styles of music together, different backgrounds, and I just couldn't believe it. You get 20 plus guitar players that are so experienced. I mean, they go, way back. You got Buddy Guy, you got Eric Johnson, you got Zach Wilde. I mean, whole other types of music and personalities and guitar styles, and they were so grounded and so down to earth and absolutely gentlemen to each other and to me and to the production, and just really being very thankful for being there.
Sure.
I did not expect that. I expected an incident, anything. It's a long tour, but that never happened. And I think that I talked to the organization, they said we really pick and choose also people that we really enjoy, touring with off stage as well, not only on stage. And I guess that's about it. That's about really, maybe for me, I'm from the blues circuit, and I'm thinking once you step up on any circuit, I guess less and less trauma and less attitude, and just really cool, easygoing people. Chris Layton, I can tell you how nice of a guy that is, and played with Clapton and Stevie Ray Vaughan and I don't know who, just really down to earth and very modest and really working hard, for each of the guitar players on that tour.
Yeah, I agree with you there on the blues end. People there in the blues end seem more, I don't know, more grounded. Certainly, you know what it reminds me of. They have a great time up there on stage doing what they do. They love the party and they do it all under the radar kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all do it under the radar. Ana Popovic, going to be here September 13th right here at Penn Speak. 5 times Blues Music Award nominee. I mean, I'm telling you, guys, at this interview, this lady wails, man. I'm telling you right now, you have no idea. I mean, not really new, maybe kind of new a little bit to our scene here at the Peak, even though she was here last year as well. But I'll tell you what, don't miss it. You want to see a smoking electric guitar and a lady that can wail and sing and play all at the same time. This is your
Thank you. Now they have all the high expectations, man.
It's all right.
Hard.
It's all right. It's all right.
Something.
Me and you will do a shot. Me and you will do a shot backstage before you go on stage. We'll be good.
That's wonderful. Great. Thank you.
So listen, a little background though on Ana Popovic. For people that don't know, a little background. Where does Ana call home? Where born and raised? How did it all start for you?
That's two different things. I'm born and raised in Serbia, Belgrade, and listened to blues ever since I was a kid. 2 or 3 years old, we listened to all the great blues stuff and soul and rock. I live now in Memphis, Tennessee, and since 2 years, actually since the recording of Can You Stand the Heat, and I kind of stayed here. I didn't plan to stay, but I did, and I've been, living in different cities for the past, few years. Depending on the record, actually, we would just book, rent a place and stay in New Orleans for some time, recording a New Orleans record, stay in Los Angeles, recording Los Angeles record and stuff like that, and we thought the same was going to happen with Memphis, but we actually ended up staying. I don't know how long, but we're here and we're enjoying it. And in between, I lived in Amsterdam. I still have a place in Amsterdam, and also
that's a fun city. I'd like to go to Amsterdam with you when you go. Because I know what's really legal there. So if you don't mind taking me and showing me the sights, I'll go with you.
We got plenty of stuff for our tourists to keep them entertained. So yeah. Absolutely, I'm not that often there. I still have a place over there, but we play there, and I'm more here on this side now. So right. I've been living in Amsterdam for 10 years. I've been studying jazz for a few years, world music studies, and Rotterdam Conservatory, and Utrecht Music Conservatory, and spent some time there and formed my Ana Popovic band, which was I guess it was in 2001, and started my own career there. So I've been visiting many places, but I always try to push American career, and it was of course very hard in the beginning. I was the first continental European ever nominated for a blues award in America, which was a huge deal for me. That was back in 2001 when I just started. So I fell in love with the States. I fell in love with places like Memphis for recordings and stuff ever since my first record. So I never stopped doing that. Just coming over here, playing shows and recording stuff, and that's it. It feels like home. I've been listening to people like Albert Collins, Albert King, Howlin' Wolf. I grew up on these things, when I was just a kid. So. It feels absolutely like home. Does
it come from a musical background? Mom and Dad have a musical background, or no?
My dad is a guitar player just for hobby, so we had a lot of jam sessions at home, He would gather his friends around, and he would play music. And I was maybe 5, 6 years old. I would stay up late and listen to them. I fell in love with guitar when I was 12. I started playing just the chords and a little bit of slide with Elmer James with the records. Right. They didn't have a slide player in their little band, so I would have my 5 minutes of fame playing Elmer James, and later on playing some Sonny Landry stuff and Roy Rogers stuff. I was really into that. So by the time I was like 18, 19, I started playing solos really pretty late. I was very late. Right. I never thought I'm going to be a musician. I'm actually a graphic designer. I graduated graphic design, and this was kind of just a hobby until I started studying that in Holland, and that was a wonderful decision. You just kind of enjoy. Okay, you're going to put everything else aside and just play music seriously. It is a wonderful thing that you can actually make that decision. I never made that decision. Actually, even now, if you ask me what you're going to do for the rest of your life, I can't tell it's going to be music. I enjoy it tremendously, and it's my passion, and I think it's the best job you can have if it's all going great and in the right direction, and if you have ideas and if you're coming up with interesting stuff for your audience. But music, music is so vulnerable. It can change. And you never know. But as I said, I never ever did anything else, and I've been playing music. Started in Belgrade, Serbia, in the worst times, of the political situation and war going on there, and going to Holland with our, working permits and stuff. So that's the only thing that kept me going was actually I needed a band and I needed a gig, So it never stops, I always do 130 shows a year, and that's how I like to keep it. Not more, not less. We turn a lot of offers down. We like to keep it to 130 shows. That means not 5 long week tours, and I don't do that anymore. So I really enjoy just different, traveling to the East Coast for a few shows and spending, Monday through Thursday actually at home, just like being just a regular person.
Yeah, no, good for you. You're certainly very well grounded. You got the whole, as you well know, because you played already with the greats, and have that mentality, man. You're unreal. Ana Popovic, and that's Popovic. But you'll find it online. You'll find the link to Ana from the Penn's Peak website as well. And you're talking about Guitar World. You're talking about top 10 Amazon Best Blues Album, Billboard, Can You Stand the Heat, Unconditional, still making history in the top 5 best-selling blues albums on USA Today, a part of the All-Star Experience, Hendrix 2014 tour, vintage guitar player, American blues
guitar
scene.
Player, yeah.
I mean, you're on the cover of everywhere. That's it. I just want to make the cover of something before my career ends. I don't even care if it's on the. Will it happen?
It'll happen.
All right. It's I don't know what else we can add, because I thoroughly not knowing what to expect, only what I've heard and read and see things online, and that only gives you a small glimpse. I had no idea what to expect.
Wonderful. I think the only thing we can still mention is that I'm very happy when we're doing that. The cruise with Joe Bonamassa, that's one of his new projects, I think.
Nice.
With Robin Ford, Joe, John Hyatt, and I'm thinking a few other guitar players. John Show Taylor is going to be on it. That's going to be wonderful. So it's going to that's in January. So there are a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, well.
But I'll see you guys all on the 13th. It's going to be great.
That's what I say. And I mean, last year when you were here, I didn't know what to expect, but holy smokes, man, was it one hell of a show, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wish you, your family, your people around you, man, all the best, continued success, and. Man, sure is great to talk to, I will say this now, one of the greatest blues guitar players right here, Ana Popovic, coming to Penn's Peak. And listen, safe travels. Again, continued success, and we'll see you soon.
Great. Thank you so much. I enjoyed talking to you, and I'll see you on the 13th.
All the best, Ana, and safe travels. See you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey.
Can you see me? Begging you on my knees. the future of 1,000 years. Can you hear me? Crying all over town. Can you hear me, baby? Oh, crying 'cause you put me down. If you can hear me doing that, you can. Your face is coming from 1,000 miles. If you can hear me singing, you better come home like you're supposed to do.